Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Hasib Ahmed, and I'm a student of MSc Animal Nutrition in University of Sargodha. And our today's topic of discussion is plain milk production. Milk is a staple food. It's an important part of our daily food. It's important for optimal growth because it's a rich source of calcium which strengthens our bones. Now, why is clean milk so important? The main reason is both buyers and consumers expect to get fresh and natural milk every time they go out. Its unavailability will affect sales, and the customers will go to alternate sources to get fresh milk. There could be packaged milk or international sources, which will affect our economy, and it will also affect our exports because we're exporting milk products. Composition of milk is as follows. It contains 87% of water, 4% fat, 3% protein, 5% milk sugar, and 1% minerals. This comprises 100% of actual milk. Now we will discuss some factors influencing composition of milk, one of which is breed and individuality. The composition of milk varies between breeds. As we can see, Jersey has about 5% fat, Frisians contain 3 to 4%, Zebu cows up to 7% fat, and the buffalo, which is rich in fat, is approximately 8% of fat. But the fat content varies if we get a crossbreed between local and exotic breed. The fat content will be between both exotic and local breeds. Within a breed, its content varies as well as the actual milk production varies. Second thing is interval between milking. Fat content varies considerable between the morning and evening. This is because there is a time difference as we have in winters. The nights are longer and the days are shorter. So the milking interval is different. If 12-hour interval is set, then difference will be negligible as we'll get in both milkings we'll almost get the same percent of fat and proteins. Completeness of milking is another thing, as the first milk drawn from the udder contains approximately 1 to 1.5% of fat, and the last milk contains 5 to 8% fat. So it's really essential to milk the cow fully and mix it thoroughly just to get the samples. Otherwise, we won't get the same results every time as there will be difference between fat contents. The fat left in the udder at the end of milking is usually picked up during subsequent milking. It will go again in the milk, and in the next milking we will get the same fat, and there will be no net loss of fat, but it can affect the sampling. Next thing is the stage of lactation. The components, which are fat, lactose, the milk sugars, and proteins content, vary according to the stage of lactation. Fat content is higher immediately after calving, and it decreases in the next 10 to 12 weeks. But then again, it tends to rise until the end of lactation period. High protein content at early lactation milk is due to high globulin. Globulins are the protein that protects the newborn from infections transmitted from the mother. The quality of milk. Milk from the udder is of a healthy cow contains very few bacteria, but if the hygiene is not proper and poor hygiene introduces additional bacteria that cause the milk to get spoiled very quickly. So we need to practice good hygiene during milking and during the process of handling milk or storage. Now we will see the factors influencing milk quality. This could be feeding. Feeding is an important factor because there are some toxins in some feed materials, feed ingredients, and if the toxins are not looked after, they will end up in milk and cause harmful effect to humans. So, second thing is flavoring. So do not feed the cow with silage during milking or shortly before milking, as this will give some flavoring in the milk. Next thing is health of the cow. An healthy cow will feed less and produce less milk, and it will be of poor quality. So all the cows should be kept healthy and clean. Sick animals can transmit disease. They could be zoonotic, like tuberculosis and brucellosis, to the milk, and they will be transmitted to the customers. If the animal is treated with antibiotics, milk must not be stored until the withdrawal period is over. This is an important thing because it will affect the antimicrobial resistance in humans. Next thing is we'll discuss about animal and udder health. Zoonosis Zoonotic diseases are, as we know, are the diseases which can be transmitted from animals to the humans, which are tuberculosis and brucellosis. They can spread to humans from animals, and if there is an animal suffering from such disease, it should be referred to a qualified veterinarian who will decide what will be the fate of the animal, as we might need to cull the animal or it could be cured with antibiotics. Vaccine is an important factor. We must vaccine our animals and periodic checkups to a proper veterinarian. It can help us in diagnosis and treating certain infections. Mastitis is the inflammation of mammary glands in the udder. This can be caused by the disease-causing bacteria, or this could be a physical trauma. Bacteria can also end up in the milk and result in illness if the milk is consumed by humans. It can be controlled by observing general hygiene and proper milking procedures. The hair should or the udder should be cut short, and it should be treated if there is a case of mastitis. It should be treated by a qualified veterinary practitioner. Milk from the animals that are undergoing antibiotic treatment should not be consumed or sold. And antibiotic residues may cause allergies and drug resistance in humans. So we should wait till withdrawal period is over. The key points of today's presentation and our discussion are the following. These are the most important factors, most important parts that should be considered. The main thing is cow. It's the most important component during this process. The animal should be clean and healthy. If the animal is not healthy, we can't get clean milk. Second thing is clean milking equipment. All the milking equipment should be clean and free from bacteria. It should be sterilized properly. Milk handling is another thing. All the personnel involved in milk handling must be disease free, they should be vaccinated, they should be clean, and they must wear clean clothes so that all diseases could not be spread. Storage and cooling of milk is an important factor. Proper facilities for storage, cooling, and handling the milk until it's collected. And the storage temperature should not exceed 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Otherwise, bacteria will grow and the milk could go spoiled. Feeding routines is another important factor. Feed should be fed to the animals after milking to avoid any flavoring, and the animals should be brought back from grazing 1 hour prior to milking time. Another important factor are the flies or insects. They irritate the cows and they can contribute to bacterial count in milk as flies spread diseases. Watering is an important part, and farms should have adequate water supply at all the times. Good milking. This involves milking at regular intervals and fast. It should not be slow, and in the intervals should be the same, like we already discussed. There should be a 12 hours break between both milkings. And the main thing is knowledge. Both farmers and consumers should be made aware of the importance of clean and safe milk, because if they don't know the importance of clean milk, they won't be so keen about it. Thank you very much.